Hello children, in this part of money and banking, we are going to understand about money supply, banks and the types of banks. Generally the types of bank I mean commercial banks and the reserve bank and their functions. So let us understand what is supply of money, or we can call it as money supply. So it refers to the total stock of money in circulation held by the public at a given point of time. So here you have to pay attention to two important points. First, it is circulation. Money which is in circulation, which it means which is flowing in the economy, or which is flowing in the economic system of the country. And this money includes currency notes, coins, and the demand deposits of bank. So here demand deposits of bank, it refers to the amount which is deposited by the general public in the bank, and a certain percentage of that amount is to be deposited to the Reserve Bank of India. So that percentage which is deposited to Reserve Bank of India or the central bank of a country, that we call it as the cash reserve ratio. So Reserve Bank of India sets or fixes a certain percentage of CRR, and from this public deposit or the demand deposit, certain amount is deposited with the central bank of the country to provide safety to the consumers. So again I am repeating, money supply, it refers to the total stock of money in circulation held by the public at a given point of time. So at a given point of time, that refers to the stock. That is why in definition it is mentioned total stock of money. And in this supply of money, what is not included, that also let us understand. Supply of money does not include cash balance held by central and state government and stocks of money held by banking system of the country, as they are not in actual circulation of the country. So here in money supply, the very important point is money which is in circulation, or the money which is flowing in the economic system of a country. Now let us understand the various concepts of money supply. So the some narrow concepts are there, some broad concepts are there. So let us discuss them one by one. Measure of money, that is equal to currency held by public plus net demand deposits held by commercial bank. So already we have discussed about what is the meaning of demand deposit, and we also know what is the meaning of currency held by public. Means the money which is with the public, and the money which is deposited in the bank, which can be provided in the form of loans to the general public, that we call it as the demand deposit held by the commercial banks. So these two together, if we add, from that we can measure the money supply in the economy. Now some concepts are discussed here. First it is M1. So it is C plus DD plus OD. So C refers to the currency and coins with public. DD, it refers to the demand deposits of public which is held by the banks, and some other deposits. So this is the narrow concept of money supply, M1. Now next one it is M2. M2 includes M1 plus post office saving deposits. So M1, we know that three items are included in M1, C plus DD plus OD, and in that if we include the saving deposits in the post office, that is another concept that will be called as M2. M3, M1 plus time deposits of commercial banks. So time deposits basically refers to the fixed deposits which are there with the commercial banks or held by commercial banks. So that is M3. And M4, the next concept of money supply, M4, that is M3. It means M1 plus time deposits of commercial banks plus total deposits with the post office saving organizations, excluding the deposits of national saving certificates. So these are the four concepts of money supply: M1, M2, M3 and M4. Now let us discuss about banks. So we know that banks, they are the financial institutions where the money can be deposited and it can be withdrawn or provided in the form of loans to the public. So in the category of banks, we are going to discuss about two types of banks here, two broad categories of bank: commercial banks, and we are going to talk about the central bank. So let us understand what are commercial banks. So commercial banks are those financial institutions which accepts deposits from the public and provide loan facility for investment with the aim of earning profit. So commercial banks also provide, or they provide loan to the businessman or the other people, so that they can do investment in certain projects, and the commercial banks earns profit in the form of interest. So the basic function of commercial bank is to accept a deposit and to provide advances or loans to the general public, and they earn profit from it. Now let us talk about some of the important functions of commercial banks. So it is divided into different categories. First, let us talk about the primary functions or the basic functions of commercial banks. First, it is accepting deposit from the general public, that is very clear to us. Second, advancing loans or providing loan to the people for investment. And third one, it is discounting bills of exchange. So you have already learned what is the meaning of bills of exchange. Their maturity period is of 3 months, so they can be discounted at bank before the maturity period. Now some of the secondary functions of commercial banks are: agency function, means they act as the agent for their customers. So in that, what all services they provide to their customers are: transfer of fund. So on the order of consumers, they transfer the fund from one account to another account. Collection of fund on behalf of consumers, commercial banks, they collect the fund for their consumers. Purchase and sale of shares and securities on behalf of consumers. So this demat account is also held by the commercial banks. So on the order of consumer, the banks they either purchase the shares for the consumers, or they sell the shares on behalf of the consumers. Collection of dividend and interest. So whatever dividend is received by the consumer, or interest uh, on deposit is received by the consumer, that is also collected by the bank and deposited in their account. Payment of bills and insurance premium on behalf of the consumer. So this service is also provided by commercial banks to their consumers. Acting as an executor and trustee of will. The will of the people is also held by the these banks. Acting as correspondent and representative of consumer and customer, and provide letter of credit to the customers. This letter of credit is very important in this international trade, that also you have learnt in class 11th. So this is also issued by the commercial banks to their customers. Now some general utility functions let us discuss about. Purchase and sell of foreign exchange for their consumers. Then issuance of traveler's check. These traveler's checks are required by the consumers when they have to move abroad. Then safe custody of valuable goods in lockers. So lockers are also provided by the commercial banks, where the important documents and valuable goods can be kept by the consumer. Now underwriter of securities. So many times so first we have to understand what is the meaning of underwriters. So underwriters are those institutions, generally they are banks, uh, which sell the securities of various companies at a premium. So there are some firms which want to sell their securities to the general public. So banks acts as the underwriter and help those firms in selling their shares to general public at a premium. So these are the various functions of commercial bank. Now let us talk about central banks. So the central bank of our country is RBI, Reserve Bank of India. So central bank is the apex institution of monetary and financial system of a country. It makes monetary policies of the country in public interest. It manages, supervises and facilitates the banking system of the country. So the role of Reserve Bank, or we can say the central bank, it is to uh, monitor, to manage and control the activities of various other banks and financial institutions. So let us focus on the various important functions of central bank. Bank of issue, it means the various currency and coins, they are issued by the central bank of every country except 1 rupee note and coin. 1 rupee note and coin that are issued by the finance ministry of the country. Apart from that, all the currency it is issued by the central bank. Bankers to the government. So we know what is the job of or the role of a banker. Banker's primary function is to accept the deposit and to provide advances to their customer. So government is the customer of central bank. So whatever deposits are there of the government, and whenever government is in need of advances, it is provided by the central bank. So all the taxes or fees or penalties or fines which is received by the government, it is deposited in the central bank. Bankers bank and supervisor. Now commercial banks also require this some facility, or many times they require some fund when they are in shortage of the fund. So that time central bank advances money to the commercial banks. So this central bank, they acts as the bankers to the commercial banks and also supervise them and make them to follow the various guidelines issued by the central bank. Then controller of credit. So here credit refers to the money supply in the country. So there are number of instruments like bank rate, cash reserve ratio, margin requirement, etc., in order to either expand the money supply or to contract the money supply. So by using those instruments, central bank controls the supply of money in the economic system or in the economy. Lender of last resort. So when the commercial banks, they do not find any accommodation, it means they do not have any other source to get any financial help, uh, the last help which is it is provided by the central bank. So central banks as the lender of last resort. So that is the place, because this all the commercial banks have their account in the reserve or with the Reserve Bank of India or central bank. So central, whenever these financial commercial banks are in shortage of fund, the ultimately they approach to the central bank to get the financial help. And the last function of central bank, it is the custodian of foreign exchange reserves of the country. So all the foreign exchange reserve of the country, it is held by the central bank of the country. So children, in this video I am going to discuss up to here itself. So kindly go through what all things are discussed in this video and also make the notes in your copy, and I am going to forward some questions based on what I have taught to you. Thank you.